Welcome to day 45. Today we're going to be talking about how to role play with the right intention when we notice we need to fix something, right? And we want to fix it in a role play. So the day before yesterday, right? So I believe it was day 43, that we spoke about reviewing your goals and how to kind of spot things that you want to improve and how to actually do that well, right? And then at the end of that, you note one thing down that you want to improve off of that goal. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to roleplay and fix that mistake. So, it's to kind of show you that roleplaying isn't just about ticking a box, right? It's about using it to find and fix weaknesses as well, right? Because otherwise, you're just going to reinforce bad habits, which we spoke about is crucial to avoid. So, the first thing, sales is your gym. Roleplay is your gym, right? It's your sales gym. Just like lifting weights, role playing is how you build that muscle memory for sales, right? Quite simply. So it's important that we just get a lot of these done, especially at the beginning of our kind of high ticket sales journey, because this is what is going to allow us to get to those 10K months, get to traveling the world, get to making money online, right? You have to remember your why. Always remind yourself of your why when you are doing these things that might seem tedious, right? The same way that when you go to the gym, your why is like, oh, I want to get ripped or I want to lose this weight or whatever it is, right? That is your why. That is the motivation coming to you to actually execute on it, right? So the sales gym, we'll call it, is super important to live in, right? And then on top of that, without feedback, right, without having that feedback from the role plays, you're just going to be guessing on real calls. And that's not what we want to be doing, because guessing is going to cost us money. It's going to cost us from helping someone change their life. On top of that, role playing allows you to fail in private rather than in public, right? It allows you to fail in private so you can win in public. So this is the why we do the role plays. It's just a reminder, right? But the goal of the role play, a lot of people feel like it's winning. Well, you're not trying to win, right? You're trying to identify your gaps. You're trying to identify your weaknesses, where you need to improve. Your win, right? It isn't to close the person. Your win is to walk away with 1 to 2 things that you need to improve before your next session, your real call, right? So, for example, we're doing a role play, you and I don't close you. It's not the problem. The problem is I didn't close you because I didn't identify the pain well enough, and I didn't isolate the objection, and I didn't get you to tie down the value and resell why this program is so good and why you like the program so much, right? That is why I didn't close you. And that is the feedback that we need, right? So how do we spot weaknesses in the role plays? Because we're obviously looking to improve, in the call reviews, but also the role plays, we're going to be able to spot weaknesses as well. So what you should do is you should always record role plays as well, or record every 5 role plays that you do and review them. Listen to your tonality. Do you sound rushed? Do you sound unsure? Do you sound monotone? Right? Check your pacing. Are you talking over the prospect? Are there many awkward silences? Are you interrupting them? Whatever it may be, right? Are you speaking too quickly? Are you speaking too slowly? Then look at your transitions. Similar to how to spot weaknesses in the role play is the exact same as how to spot weaknesses in call reviews, right? But we'll go over it again. Look at the transitions. Do you jump from, the problem to the consequence? Did you forget the framework order? Did you transition and it felt a bit wrong? It felt like a bit rushed. It felt like too kind of distinct, and it wasn't smooth like a conversation is, right? Then also what I would always recommend is, like, when you're reviewing this kind of stuff, like, have your framework up while you're doing it so you can kind of see that you're following it well, and track your questions. Are you actually asking probing questions, clarifying questions. We know those two types of questions that we need to sprinkle throughout the sales call are crucial. Or are you just moving through the framework without asking those questions? And you're making it feel very interviewy. Are you isolating the objection? Did you find the real objection? How's that going? Right? Your pitch. Was it done well? Right? It's pretty much just identifying and looking at, okay, this is how I need to be doing it. This is my framework. This is how it needs to be going. Does it feel organic? Does it feel natural? Or does it feel wrong? Does it feel off? Why does it feel off? Just ask yourself these questions, right? Then the structure for kind of an effective role play is, okay, let's pick a focus area before. The reason we want to pick a focus area, for example, objection handling, the consequence, the solution, the opening, framing. The reason we want to do this is because we want to tell the person we're role playing with, keep an eye out for this section. I want to improve on this section. I want feedback on this section. Give me feedback elsewhere as well. But this particular part, give it to me. And you can either choose to run just that scenario. So you go straight into, let's say you wanted to improve the focus area for you was consequence. Okay, so what you've decided to do is you've just gone straight into consequence. You can do that. Or you can do the whole thing. It's up to you. If you're starting out, do the whole thing. If you've already done like 100+ role plays, you can also do that because it will save you time. But if you don't have a strong understanding of the framework, you should not be doing this. Then, from that point, record it. Use things like Zoom, even your phone, right? Record it. Record the role play. And then review it immediately, right? The prospect needs to give you that feedback that is honest and that is going to help you move the needle. And then you can literally, based off of that feedback, you write it down, you review it, you look at those specific feedback points and you watch what was said and where the feedback was regarding, okay? Because that is going to be how you actually improve and get the most out of a role play, right? Because you could go do a role play and just get some feedback. Okay, nice, thanks. I'll implement that tomorrow. Or you record it. You do the role play with the intention of wanting to fix a specific area. Then you get the feedback on that. Then you look at the call recording with the feedback in mind and also what you wanted to improve on and see if you got close. See what you were missing out on potentially. Who's going to be better? The guy who's just doing it, okay, yeah, kind of I'm doing it to do it. Or the person who is doing it with the right intention. I want to improve this. I'm going to review how I did. Bang, boom. That person, that second person, is going to improve way faster than the person who's just kind of doing it for the sake of doing it. Then, how to be a good role play partner, right? So let's say you're, not in my program and you are doing this on your own and you don't really have many people to role play with. This is good information to give to people you're role playing with, right? So if you need to tell them, right, okay, you're playing the prospect. Don't make it easy, right? Give realistic pushback. Don't overdo it with the pushback, but give realistic pushback. Like, most people are going to give objections. Give objections. Most people are going to maybe not understand your questions for some reason. Like, don't take it easy on someone, right? As a partner, you want to actually create as much of a real scenario as you can to a real sales call, obviously. And you're not going to do that if it's super easy and this and this. It needs to be challenging. Then, with feedback, you need to be direct. Don't sugarcoat it, right? Be direct. Sugarcoating it is just going to make you feel like it's not that big of a deal, right? You want to be direct, quite simply. Then you want to focus on helping them improve, right? So don't just be like, yeah, you did a good job, man. Okay, why did they do a good job? What could they have improved on? Why could they have improved on those specific things, right? it's super important that you role play as a good partner well. Because the thing is, right, it will also be like when you're playing the partner, like the sparring partner, if you will, and you're playing the prospect in a role play, you are going to be improving your sales skills because giving feedback is going to allow you to improve to a whole nother level. Because by giving feedback, you are kind of, you're not teaching someone, but you're helping them. And you can only do that by knowing your stuff, right? If you know your stuff, you're going to give amazing feedback. It's why, for example, I give great feedback to people, right? Because I've been doing this for years. Whereas someone who's been doing this for a few months will give good feedback, but it won't be as good as mine. Because my feedback, I've been doing this for years, and I know how to give it, and I know how to tell you to fix things and do things correctly, and etc. Right? Because I've been doing this for years. Then, the compound effect of role playing. So, what you want to be remembering is if you do 2 to 3 focused role plays a day, you are going to be getting so much sales experience in a short amount of time, right? You could even do more. But let's say, for example, you can do the maths, right? So let's say here, you do how many role plays? Let's say you do 3 a day, right? So that means you're going to do 21 a week, as opposed to someone who might do 1 a day, and they do 7 a week, right? The difference is crazy. You are literally 3xing. That's how you need to remember it. You're 3xing the competition. And something that I want you to gain confidence from is doing the role plays, getting familiar with the sales framework is crucial, because doing 3 a day, okay, what's taken you 1 week has taken someone else 3 weeks. And that should fill you with so much confidence, because a lot of people, I can tell you right now, they maybe do one or two every other day when they're starting out. I've seen it, right? My clients, we push them hard, harder than that, and we provide them with the role-playing partners to do as many role plays as they want. We have clients who do like 6 role plays a day just because they're fucking so hungry, and I love that. And you should be hungry too, because realistically, the only thing stopping you from reaching your goals is your ability, and like in terms of sales and the offer, right? But the offer you have is just a direct reflection of your ability. If you're really good at sales, you can get pretty much any offer you want. So that is super important to know and to focus on, because people are always focused on, I need to land the role, I need to do the outreach, the role. The role is not the hard part. The hard part is, this is a skill that takes time to learn. And you can choose to compress that time down so much just by doing 3, 4 a day. I used to aim to do at least 4 to 6 role plays every day when I was starting out, because I understood that the skill was the thing. And I also love improving in skills. The same way like I play tennis, the same way I play sports, the same way I go to the gym, the same way I do calisthenics, whatever it is, right? I love improving quickly. So I will try and squeeze as much out of it as possible. And the beauty of this is it's your mind, it's not your body. So it's so easy to do, because you can't not do it if you're physically tired. You can be physically tired and still do it, right? Aim just to get the reps in, because me doing 5 to 6 a day played a massive part in me scaling to 10K a month within 4 months, and then to 20K a month within 7, right? Had I not done those role plays, those amount, I probably wouldn't have done it in that time. I may have not done it at all, because I wouldn't have seen the progress I wanted to see, so maybe I quit, right? You need to hold yourself accountable to the right standards and habits, and it is fun improving at something, because it will give you the confidence that you need to land a role that is amazing. Because if you know you're good at sales, if you know you can handle yourself in any environment, you are going to have something about you when you're outreaching, when you're on that interview, that people are going to like. Because people like people with confidence, right? As long as you can back it up, right? That's the difference. Confidence, you back it up. Ego, you can't. So back it up. And you know you can back it up because you're role playing like a madman or woman, right? So don't avoid doing this because it's uncomfortable, right? If it's uncomfortable, it's because it works, right? The uncomfortability aspect is why it works so well. Because you're uncomfortable at first because you're not good. But then, over time, you get better and better and better. And then it's easy doing roleplay, right? You'll happily do one. So, if you want to get better, faster than anyone else, just roleplay, right? Because the thing is, your income is directly correlated to your sales skills, so you should be roleplaying all the time. Practice right away. Get uncomfortable. Fix the mistakes before you actually jump on real calls, or fix mistakes between real calls. Right? And you're going to separate yourself from everyone else, 99% of the other beginners entering this market, because you're a dog and you just understand that, right? So, I'll catch you guys tomorrow and hope you have a fantastic day.